Yo, what is up guys, and welcome back to a brand new video, and today we've got quite an interesting one. Recently, if you haven't seen, someone who goes by the name of Nicholson has uploaded their critique on their experience at the Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser. Now, if you haven't heard of it, bear with me, because it's quite the journey. On March 1st, 2022, Disney launched the Galactic Starcruiser, which was set to be a groundbreaking, immersive style hotel where you could pretty much go to Disney World or Disneyland or whatever you call it over there and stay within the world of Star Wars in the form of a hotel as a massive spaceship filled with Imperial officers, aliens, lightsabers, and the such. And this was aimed at the real die-hard Star Wars fan, aka me. And I've got the lightsabers to prove it. Alright? This is a passion of mine. I love Star Wars. I can't tell you why, and I can't emphasize how much this franchise means to me, okay? I'm just gonna put this down. The Star Wars Galactic Cruiser was supposed to function as a ship that is completely landlocked, it's not going off anywhere, and it's almost like a cruise ship, like we've seen recently in the news. However, it's Star Wars, and yeah, it doesn't move. Guests were basically invited to take a 2-night trip in this immersive experience. Companies really do like to use that word, immersive. It's kind of a trigger word. But yes, this whole trip and experience came with an itinerary of things to do. Now you might be thinking, what could possibly go wrong? This is such a good idea. I'd invest in that. I'd stay in the Star Wars hotel for a little bit. Well, let me just stop you there. Not only were the ticket prices pretty hefty, if you wanted to bring your family, you're looking at around about $6,000 for 2 nights to stay at this Star Wars theme hotel. Now, you know, if you can afford it, it still might even sound good. If you've got that much disposable income for your family and you're all die-hard Star Wars fans, hey, might sound like a good idea. Guests boarded the Halcyon Star Cruiser, where they were transported to a galaxy far, far away. And then they would participate in a continuous narrative that would sort of escalate as the trip goes on. And again, this is sounding really cool. Might run into Yoda, might run into Rey Skywalker, might run into Kylo Ren, might run into some Chewbacca, might run into some Chewbacca. Wookiees, I meant. Don't crucify me. But yeah, all different types of character interactions were set on this itinerary, live action role playing, and obviously an array of themed environments. Before I go any further, let's just take a look at some of the clips from this thing, because when I heard about this and saw this from Jenny's video, I was so intrigued, and part of me kind of wishes that it was still around just to experience it myself. But when I saw the price point, you know, I had to double back on that one and reconsider. So now we just get to look at the remnants of what once was.
Hey, Admiral.
Hello there.
I'm super excited to see what you and your team created.
Oh my, wait. I need to look at that food again. What is that? What is that food? That is just yellow. That's yellow. So, okay. So if you were to pay $6,000 for your whole family to stay in the Star Wars Cruiser, I would prefer that they, like, sold actual slop, like an Imperial sort of space station would, sort of porridge slop, like Oliver Twist or something, and really immerse me in it, rather than selling whatever that is. I believe that looks like waffles, some, like, cubed bacon, and whatever that is. And in those paper trays, to be honest, those Imperial dog bowls look quite immersive to me. Okay, let's continue. Okay. It is very interesting that they chose to showcase the whole lightsaber training thing for this hotel, especially this, because this looks like the most rigid Jedi I've ever seen. And I feel like it's almost a disgrace that this man is wielding the same color lightsaber as Mace Windu. I feel like this is an executive. I don't know why they employed him to show it. I don't know. It's like, there's no emotion there. You can clearly tell that this is just a business guy in a suit who's probably never wielded a lightsaber in his life. Unlike me. I would show you some lightsaber skills, but we'll save that for another time.
That is fun.
Whoa, okay. Okay, look. Look, don't crucify me again, but let me just say, it does look kind of cool. It does look kind of cool. But there are some grievances that many people have. You might think, well, what's wrong with all of this? You know, guess they were encouraged to dress up in their Star Wars Jedi robes. They were encouraged to create their own characters and live out their own Star Wars fantasy, otherwise known as LARPing. The activities included were a bit of lightsaber training, quote-unquote bridge operations, where you had to smuggle some luggage through this Starcruiser and get ratted out for smuggling luggage, or you could rat out other people for smuggling luggage. There was a lot of smuggling luggage going around.
There might be someone that you help stow away. There might be someone that you help get thrown in a brig, right?
Or break out.
Or break out of the brig, right? There could be a galactic superstar who entertains you on the first night, but then also tasks you with helping her smuggle something.
Nice. Finally, we get a concrete example. I love that.
Or you might help someone get their luggage on board without somebody noticing. You never know.
Okay, I'm definitely getting the idea that we're going to smuggle luggage at some point.
I think about the fact that you might meet one of our characters. You might meet one of them on the bridge. You might meet them sort of on a screen first. Then you help them board. Then you smuggle their luggage.
Okay, a lot of smuggling luggage, perhaps.
Then they appear on the ship.
Physically, they walk into the room.
While you're smuggling their luggage on board.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting.
Then you see them later, they send you a message saying, thanks for your help with the luggage.
Overall, reports say that the experience was actually very highly interactive. What's gone wrong here? Why has Disney lost money? Why is the thing closed down? There was a lot of sort of side quests to do, which heavily involved a lot of smuggling, where you would smuggle cargo through the ship, and then you get ratted out for smuggling luggage and cargo through the ship, and there would be a lot of smuggling going on, which I feel like is probably one of the main things that you could come up with in a Starcruiser. I don't know. I'm trying to think of the storylines that could play out well in a Starcruiser hotel. And smuggling luggage seems like a one that's up there, but not one that I would continuously hammer home, you know? Despite this ambitious concept, which honestly to me, it sounds good, it looks good, you'd think, what went wrong? Well, despite all of that, the Galactic Starcruiser of the Halcyon ship closed down on May 19th, 2023. So it was around just over a year, which is really sad. Imagine all that time and effort that people put into like build the ship, plan out the events and do all this kind of stuff, and then the next thing you know, it's gone. And taking a look at the hotel rooms, the actual rooms that you could get, even that looks cool. I feel like if you were to bring little me, or even me now, into one of these hotel rooms, I would be overjoyed with glee. I feel like I'd be fiddling with the walls. I'd be trying to look. I'd be role playing myself as some Imperial officer, or perhaps even a stormtrooper gone rogue like Finn himself. Oh, come on. Look at this. Tell me you wouldn't run in here straight away and like kick your feet up on that sofa and just whip out your phone. I don't know what else you could do really other than that. But it does look cool just to sort of immerse yourself in, as they say. Oh, wow. Wait, sorry. Cooling supply unit, otherwise known as a fridge. Okay. In-cabin safe. That's pretty cool. Your own safe. I will say the wardrobe doesn't look very Star Warsy though. They could have added a few lights or flicky buttons or something. I don't know. Oh yeah. At least we know now that USB charging ports are canon in the Star Wars universe. That's made me happy. Okay. For 2 nights, staying in here, for some reason, like, it's just ticking all the boxes in my brain. Not $6,000, but it does look cool. I feel like they should sort of reuse or, like, maybe renovate or try and turn this Galactic Starcruiser into something else. I don't know why they have to completely shut it down. Maybe they are renovating it into something else, but to completely waste all of this, it is actually quite a big shame. I feel like the set designers, I feel like they've done a good job with probably like the budget that they had, which I think was actually quite a lot. I think it was like 300 million or something like that. Or they lost 300 million, which I don't know what's worse. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, what is that? Do they just expect you to crawl into your other room? Or is that for your luggage? Or like for a droid to go through? I like that they put the camera through it. Like, I don't know who this is for. Like, baby Yoda himself. Okay, interesting design choices going on here. Under bed storage. It's just a bed. It's just putting luggage under your bed. They've called it under bed storage. Yeah, put things under the bed. We'll charge you more. Ah, that is pretty cool.
Hello and welcome aboard.
I feel like this is the marketing they should have really lent into. Instead of showing some like executives rigidly moving around a lightsaber, I feel like this is the thing that they should have focused on, like the rooms themselves. Because this has enticed me. This has enticed me. Despite all this, you might still be wondering, why did it close down? Well, the pricing ended up being for the cost of two nights. Only 2 nights. The cost for a 2-night experience was approximately $6,000. And this is actually significantly higher than the $1,000 per person rumors. Because the $6,000 is for a family of 4. So it's not even $1,000 per person. It's actually more than that. And obviously, the high price point led to a lot of criticism and a lot of controversy for potential guests, obviously, because I feel hurt and I didn't even consider going. Learning that price point made me feel like, what are you doing, Disney? What are you doing? Do you really think that it's gonna go well when it's over $1,000 per person for 2 nights? What? At least make it 3 nights? At least make it 3. And reports say for this price point, they were offered mediocre entertainment and subpar accommodation. From an outsider looking in, I'm still convinced in the concept. I still think there's a lot there. Maybe it's because the stuff that we have over here in England is just so subpar. Like, we've got Gulliver's Land, but we have to go to like France to go to Disneyland. We don't really have much. It's quite grey here. We have nothing akin to this. Nothing that even would be considered better than this, really. We've got, like, Premier Inn. I don't know, like, that has nothing to do with Star Wars. I genuinely think one of the only drawbacks from this is probably the price point. Even the rooms, it still looks very Star Wars-y. I can't complain about the set design. I saw people complaining about, like, how it looks cheap. This doesn't look cheap to me. This looks like an actual set. This looks like an actual scene from Star Wars. Maybe fill it with a bit of fog, a bit of smoke, but you can't do that because of health and safety and stuff. But a bit more ambience, and you've got something there. Initial reactions to the pricing were very negative, mainly because of the fact people were saying, how can you expect the average family to be able to afford something like this when you could actually pay for a whole holiday for your whole family for $6,000? You could actually have like a whole week trip in a different country for $6,000, let alone just spending $6,000 for 2 nights at a hotel. And early promotional material for this focused on lightsaber training, but also focused on this cool lightsaber that would actually extend and glow and was very expensive, that could only be found on the Starcruiser hotel. And let me just show you a clip of this now. And you might be looking at this and think that was really cool. What's wrong with that? So the drawbacks here is that this lightsaber is not available for purchase. It's a one-off prop that is only found on the Starcruiser. And on closer inspection of the prop and, you know, the schematics of it and everything, it's basically just a glorified tape measure with like a motor on it and some LEDs, and it sort of like extends that way. And you can see in the footage, and I'll try and find a clip here, but you can see in the footage of them trying to show it how precarious they are sort of handing it over on stage, because no one wants to break this, because I feel like this device that they invented, and I saw recently actually a video of the person that invented this, he seems like a really nice guy, but yeah, no one wanted to risk breaking this object.
Are we ready?
And the fact that like this alone was used as marketing material for a Star Wars themed hotel didn't really make much sense. I mean, I completely understand if this is a new product that you want to sell for an extortionate amount, like fair enough, but to use this as marketing, it just doesn't really make sense. Focus on the hotel aspects of the hotel. Don't focus on this one thing that you're going to be able to hold and that's it for like a few seconds and that's it. The advertisements were perceived as awkward, unconvincing, and overall just failing to generate any form of actual excitement for the Starcruiser hotel. One particularly criticized advert, which was perceived as quite cringeworthy and actually led to quite a few cancellations from people who potentially wanted to stay at the Star Wars themed hotel, was actually eventually removed from circulation. They actually deleted this advert because of the backlash from it. So let's take a look at it.
Hey, Admiral.
Hello there.
I'm super excited to see what you and your team created.
We cannot wait to have you aboard because Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser is a first of its kind vacation experience.
It's like, look at the concept art. Look at what could have been, man, you know? This is what I mean. They needed to add a bit more fog in there, man. A little bit more smoke, you know? It just, the ambience needed to be there. The concept is so good. But the execution.
You get to spend 2 days and 2 nights living out your very own Star Wars story.
Oh, I'm just too excited. We gotta go and punch it.
So we've really focused on making sure we have some of the best entertainment in the galaxy on board. One of which I'm so excited about is this pop star who's known throughout the galaxy for all...
That seems like a bit of a strange move to make, where you would have someone explain the hotel and in your own advert show someone getting bored and walking off into a random light portal, which probably isn't going to be able to happen in the hotel.
What's going on? I just popped through that door and I have no idea. Oh.
Look above and see the world so leave.
Yeah, I feel like they kind of made a mistake in sort of making this performance one of the main staples of this hotel. I mean, as a kid, as a kid watching Star Wars, those cantina scenes where they break out into song, I think in Return of the Jedi, that's the one. You know, it's one of your least favorite scenes. Why would you want to try and make that one of the main staples of your event? Pick any other scene in a Starcruiser to focus on. Maybe like a bunch of stormtroopers raiding the hotel, or I don't know, anything more exciting than whatever this is.
Welcome to the new world.
And it's the same song. It's the same song. I haven't seen her sing a different song. Does she only do one thing, like one song, and that's it? Like everyone's there for like 3 minutes and then they leave? I feel like I understand why they deleted this one. This one's definitely a misstep. So yeah, it almost seems like a lot of this really does boil down to Disney's marketing of the Starship Cruiser. And the marketing specifically here really did fail to communicate the uniqueness of such a project. I genuinely like, I wish I could just grab Disney's executives by their coattails and just be like, just give them ideas or something. One of the main criticisms is that all these promotional materials really just lacked any detail, making it very difficult for potential guests to sink their teeth in and really understand what they're spending upwards of $6,000 on. And of course, there's not really much to do with the role-playing elements in this either. Like, I haven't seen anyone mention the storyline or stuff that you're going to be following, just that you can walk into this room and see this one song of "Welcome to the New World." It's like, okay. So yes, when this did launch, guests did actually participate in a continuous storyline, which actually involved Rey and Kylo Ren and a bunch of other characters known to the franchise. The experience even included various themed activities such as lightsaber training, bridge operations, and interactions with iconic Star Wars characters. So let's take a look at this lightsaber training, because, you know, to me, it sounds really good.
Our training remotes, used in lightsaber training for generations. Today, we will continue with this legendary tradition. Now, these training remotes will fire low-power energy blasts, which you must deflect with a lightsaber. But before each blast, you will see a...
Oh no, not low-powered energy blasts. It does look cool. You know, smoke, mirrors, lights, and LEDs are my forte. I just love them. I love anything that lights up, and anything that glows, and anything that has some ambience to it. Sign me up.
When you face the training remote, you will ignite those lightsabers.
I would do it, but all the batteries fell out. And this is quite old, actually. This is actually from, like, when The Force Awakens came out.
So it's like a zigzag, so you're okay.
Put some welly in it! Come on. I don't see any flair. I don't see any flurry. It feels like the people that attended this event just don't have the heart in it anyways. You know, maybe that's why everyone's criticizing it. They're not true fans.
I know, I said it's super exciting.
For some reason, on closer inspection of this, let's just go back, because for some reason I don't even feel like it's linked to any sort of motion device. I feel like if you missed that, it would still do the same thing, because there's such a delay on this laser. Look, just watch, just because she says the beam itself is not the blast, right? Look at this. And then it shoots. So what they're doing, they're like, it's just pointing a light in some smoke or whatever, and it's just going, yeah, I really want to see what happens if you don't aim it at the beam of light. So if anyone's got any clips of that, let me know. Yeah, that is such a delay. It's such a delay.
Put it down, Grip. Very good. If you had your hand raised, please come to the defense wall. Grab a shield, and then return back to your position. Very good.
Okay. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Those shields look pretty cool. It looks pretty fun. All right, let's just continue.
We're not.
Ready or not. Trust, faith, belief. Open yourself to the Force. Then, not just what is can you see, but what will be. Yes. The light of the Force guide you. It will then sense.
Okay, I was not expecting a Yoda cameo. That's pretty cool. That sent chills down my spine. Imagine hearing Yoda communicating to you through the Force and telling you what your next objective is, and the storyteller reiterating about Obi-Wan and Anakin Skywalker. I like the passion. I really love the concept, Disney. I love it. I just really wish this didn't fall flat.
He said sense where the blast will be. We are going to face the training remote again, but this time with no tracer beam. And Traveler, what is your name? Taya. Taya. You're gonna be first.
Okay, everyone get close to Taya. Taya's gonna know what to do. This looks really cool, man. This looks fun. This looks okay. I need to stop geeking out. I'm supposed to be critical. I'm supposed to put my thinking cap on here and not be blinded by the marketing and the promotion and the capitalism of it all.
Of where the next blast will strike, as if the very air was alive with sparks of light. Taya, I want you to look beyond your saber. Look beyond the training remote, broaden your vision to what surrounds it, and if you see a glimmer,
I don't know if I'm gonna have to remove the soundtrack in the background because it's probably most definitely copyrighted. But like, there is actually in-house Star Wars music going on, playing as this role play sort of guide is speaking to the people, giving them like some motivation. I wish I had this in my life. I wish I had some lightsaber trainer speak to me, and then some Star Wars motivational music just starts playing in the background. Oh my gosh. Oh, I feel like I need this. Bring it back, Disney. Make it work this time. Okay, I'm sorry. Can I just point out the way that person is holding the lightsaber shield is really annoying me. Just hold. Why can't you just hold it? Just. There's literally there's a grip on it for a reason. Just hold it like a normal person, please. Just like you're making it harder for yourself. You're making it harder for yourself. Unless those are really heavy. Like, are they heavier than they look? I don't know.
Do you believe? Yeah. Yes.
Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Why? Why? Just please, just like, just like, you know, look, the handle, like, you know, there you go. There you go. Or maybe two hands on the handle. I don't like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why?
Everyone, we are in this together as one. The force guide you. All right.
I believe in you, Taya. I believe in you. I believe in you. You can do this. You can do this. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Alright, this would be pretty lame.
If you see anything, look beyond the training remote. If you see anything,
Yes!
Oh, that is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So they've got, if you can't see properly, so you've got Yoda telling them to use the Force, tune into the Force, and then they've got like these little sparkles here instead of the beam. So it's actually like you're training and you're leveling up. It's pretty cool, and they've got these little sparkle things as indicators to where to aim a lightsaber. Well done, Taya, for figuring that out, because I probably wouldn't have figured that out. And the fact that she was like, look beyond the training device. It is a cool concept. Whoever came up with that, props to you. Well done.
You are sensitive to the Force. You do. Yes, excellent.
Okay, that is pretty cool. And I was also slightly concerned. I was like, oh, how come it's only Teo that gets to have a go? Let everyone else have a go. Come on. And I'm glad that everyone else gets to step up. I'm not sure if everyone gets to step up. Maybe you have to pay more to use the lightsaber, but again, cool concept, cool concept. I'm almost sold, except not $6,000 sold.
Okay, I would need you all to know that this has been incredibly special. The Force is with you. It's with all of us. It's here.
First step, have you taken good? There you are. Future me. May the Force be with you.
Indeed. Students, this journey has been turbulent, and it will continue to be so. If I call for your help, will you respond? Yes. Okay.
Teo didn't say anything. Teo won't be there. Teo won't be there. Even though you trained her first, and she's like, nah, you know what? This Jedi business is too much for me.
Turbulent, and it will continue to be so. If I call for your help, will you respond? Yes. Okay.
Nah. The guests' actions and decisions allegedly impacted the whole storyline of the event. I'm not sure how true that is or how in-depth that went. But overall, the project received mixed reviews, as you can tell, from both the public and the critics. And you've got many people like me who are praising the innovative project and the innovative concepts of it all, but subsequently questioning the high price point, because I feel like that this would be a cool day out. It would be a cool day out, and maybe like a whole experience, maybe speed run the Starcruiser thing. It doesn't have to be a hotel, maybe one night for cheaper, I don't know, or I don't know how they're gonna make the money back, but I feel like they spent so much on it that they really wanted to recoup it as fast as possible, and in their greed and whatever and their arrogance, it blinded them, and thus, you know, ended up where we are today, with it closing just a year after it was open to the public.
Okay, so let's get to the big question. Is this experience worth $6,000? I'm gonna have to say no. But let me explain. okay, that again, I mentioned before, it's really important to keep in mind this is like less than a 2-day experience. All the food you can eat, excellent food, excellent service, includes your room, includes tickets to Galaxy's Edge and Disney World, and taking into consideration all the entertainment and the actors who are acting like all day long. $6,000, I still feel like is an exorbitant price. Let's pick a different question. Let's word it like, is this experience appropriately priced? And let's look at it from not one large price tag, but look at it as like a price per person, because Landon and I, we each paid about $1,500 per person. And that included trip insurance too. This is just for the experience, not for the hotel or the flight and stuff like that. So is it appropriately priced at $1,500 for 2 nights and almost 2 days with your food and entertainment? I'm gonna say yes. Yes, it is. And I would not do this experience with just Landon and I alone. If we do this again, I'm always going to try to find others to split the cost of the room. That really brings in the value, brings the price down per person per day. I think it becomes more justifiable. It's all about the attitude you bring. Are you going to enjoy it? Can you enjoy the sequel films? Can you immerse yourself in them? And I did feel like it was a Star Wars experience. It had to come full circle. Had to come on the second night, seeing Rey and Kylo Ren, and after we saw C-3PO and Hondo Ohnaka and all these familiar faces, finally made it really feel like a Star Wars adventure. And also, I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed, it was a lot of new characters to take in all at once between the director and the captain and the manager and the engineer. But thankfully we had Chewie to kind of balance it out a little bit. And seeing Chewbacca in person is pretty awesome. He commands a lot of attention when he enters the room. A tip for any of you who are going on the Starship, you can either enjoy yourself or you can film it. I recommend enjoying yourself and doing a little bit of filming and pictures. I want to do it again. I want to try a different path. I would definitely go back if maybe like in a few years, if they change the story or there's a change in characters and there's something that brings me back to the ship.
So you didn't hear it from me. You heard it from the guy who actually went there. It's not appropriately priced for the $6,000 for the thing, but if you look at it, per person, then yes, it is. And you look at it with the Galaxy's Edge stuff, and you get the other immersive parts of the experience, and you might see it as worth the money. However, it's very unfortunate that it's now closed down and they won't be fixing it. So that's quite sad. So all in all, to wrap this whole thing up, what can we learn from this experience? Well, we can learn that marketing is pretty much everything. So just don't mess up the marketing next time, Disney. Next time you want to try such a cool, ambitious concept, just make sure it's marketed right, okay? And I would love to see the return of this Starcruiser in a much more put together fashion, perhaps, cheaper cost, but the way that this economy is going, I really doubt that that's going to happen. I feel like that's why they had to close it anyway, because inflation, all of it's not going to get any cheaper. I also wanted to actually take a look at the Reddit for the Galactic Starcruiser, and I feel like this is a discussion board where people who actually went can actually discuss their experiences, and due to Jenny Nicholson's video, this whole thing has blown up again, and on the forums and discussion boards, you actually have all the people that went just being like, it was really good, I actually really enjoyed it, and having all these people critique it that weren't there, it doesn't make any sense. They're just slandering it just because it's a popular thing to slander. For example, my least favourite trend on this sub is the influx of people who never went talking about how they think it's stupid. The sub used to be a place where people who booked the experience came together to share their enjoyment and memories. Aww. I got to go with my daughter one time and it's a memory I will always cherish. I love sharing happy memories with other people here. Now we've been flooded with people who just want to hate on something that they never knew. I hope all the Jenny stans get tired and leave soon. I feel like that's a sentiment that, can probably be drawn for a lot of people on this forum and on this Reddit. There's even this Venn diagram meme that says people who hate the Starcruiser and people who actually went on the Starcruiser, and in the middle of the Venn diagram is literally only Jenny Nicholson, implying that everyone who went, bar Jenny Nicholson, actually enjoyed the experience. So yeah, I feel like that's where my critique ends. I looking at this experience from the outside in, it looks really fun, quite enjoyable, but not worth $6,000 for 4 people. That's over $1,000 per person for 2 nights. Yeah, it's a bit mad to charge that much. I really hope for a reimagining of this, because one day I would love to go to something like this. I really would. And, you know, if I ever have that much disposable income for my future family, I would love to take them to something like this. To be honest, I would love to go to something like this with a bunch of mates. Just a bunch of mates just having a good time on this Galactic Starcruiser. Anyways, guys, if you've enjoyed this video and you're new here, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if I missed anything. Let me know if you want a part 2. Thank you guys once again for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.